Well, hello, everybody, and it is live on KEXP. I'm your host, Troy Nelson, from listener-powered independent 90.3 FM KEXP in Seattle and 92.7 in San Francisco, and we are streaming 24/7 at KEXP.org and our free mobile apps, and these live performances are made possible by people like you. So thank you so much for supporting KEXP so we can have these exclusive one-of-a-kind performances. I am very excited. I am here in the KEXP live room with Cam, Dylan, and Matt, and I'm talking about Ginger Root, and we've been loving this new album. Happy to have them. So Ginger Root, if you are ready, let's do this.
Let's go.
Awesome. You're listening to Ginger Root live on KEXP.
Ginger Productions, home of the one and only show we have, Overdrive Academy.
もしもし、10番テレビの社長だが、ジンジャー君かね?
Yes, sir. A long time no speak. What can I do you for?
ジ 神社ルートプロダクションの将来についてちょっと話したいんだが。いいかね。
Ah, yes, the wonderful sounds of Ginger Root, live here on KEXP.
Are you sure this is gonna work?
Look, I know it's a little zany, but we can only afford one actress and a baby.
A baby?
And a melon.
アクション、魅力、グルーヴ、そして恋。
Overdrive Academy.
爆音、なめんなよ。
I've been mixing up
Yes, it is Ginger Root, live here in the KEXP live room.
Chiller. I'm sitting waiting like a fool. How'd you do that? Got to be, get to be. Oh, it feels the same when I felt you. You never showed me. When does it ever get better? And now I'm running from the truth. I said coolish, got to be, get to be. Oh, it feels the same when I felt you. When will you love me? When will you care? I count the days and the nights, finally falling, too shy to bear. I count the days and the nights, not be falling fast, oh baby, not be falling fast, You're talking slowly. It's kinda hard to play catch up, 'cause every morning's night is cool. Catch me snoozing, got to be, get to me. All feels the same when I felt you. When will you love me? When will you care? I count the days and the nights, finally falling, too shy to bear. One, two, three,
That was awesome. Wow. Ginger Root, live here on KEXP. Thanks again for taking the time to do this.
Of course.
Awesome.
Yeah, stoked to be here.
How long are you going to be in Seattle?
12 hours.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
And then where do you go to from here?
We're going up to Vancouver.
Oh, cool.
And then continuing on the tour.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just have a few questions for you.
Yeah, absolutely.
Awesome. So, Cam, going way, way back to the beginnings of this musical adventure that you've been on, way back, you had a statistics teacher in high school named Mr. Sock who introduced you to Kraftwerk.
Yep.
Would you say that's where a whole new door of music was open for you?
You know what's funny? Thinking about it, yeah, absolutely. He would be like, he'd come into class and, you know, I only passed because of him. Like, I got a D, but he was like, no, I'll give you a C- so you can go to college. He was like, you're a music man. you should listen to Kraftwerk, crazy bass, like no other context. And I was like, okay, cool. And the first song I heard was like We Are the Robots, and I was like, I don't know what this is, but it grew on me, totally opened a new door, and yeah, so thank you, Mr. Sock, for giving me the knowledge of Kraftwerk and not giving me the knowledge of statistics, but that was my fault. So
I wish I had a statistics teacher that was that cool. That's amazing. So you were heavily digging into not only music, but you had gotten into film as well, and you started college at Chapman University, specifically as an editor while simultaneously writing and recording music. But then when film kind of became a little frustrating, and then you had moved on from the group Yorktown Lads, you recorded a solo album in your bedroom called Whelp, and also you had the project Van Stock.
Yes.
Would you say that it was around this time with Van Stock that you really started to find your sound that would eventually bleed into what is now the sound of Ginger Root?
yeah, I think Van Stock, wow, nostalgia coming over now. I think with Van Stock, it was the first time where we wanted to figure out how to just do cool things in the studio and kind of take, put songwriting next to just like studio production and how crazy can you get in the studio. And, we wanted to try to be and emulate like the greats and, stuff like that and all the stories you hear about albums coming together. And I think that's really the time that, I came to kind of find a new sound. But I think the interesting thing is with Van Stock, we were writing songs, I was writing songs, and there was just some songs that like weren't fitting the mold that we set for Van Stock. And so I just kind of recorded my own thing, and which became Ginger Root. And so, yeah, absolutely. I think there's multitudes of little shifts in the time-space continuum of the history of Ginger Root, and I definitely think Van Stock is one of them.
Cool. And when you were in college, you had a car. You had a 2004 Honda Element that was named the Toaster.
Yes.
And it was named after that car was a series that you had called Toaster Music.
Yes.
What can you tell the listeners about Toaster Music?
Toaster Music was me being a rebellious college student, not wanting to do my homework or do anything. And so I brought a bunch of kid instruments and tiny synthesizers in my 2004 Honda Element. I'd go to the local park, and I would do this weekly, what turned out to be like a creative challenge of like, can I make a cover song mixed, recorded, edited in the Toaster, in the Honda Element, every week for the entire semester. I ended up doing that for like 2 semesters of college. And so I did like 32 songs. And what was really cool unintentionally is that I think that's kind of where I kind of got confident in where I wanted Ginger Root to kind of go to, because there was no strings attached. It was like the source material's there, just kind of make it your own. And after doing 32 covers with like a 4-hour window, that definitely does something to someone's brain, yeah. And I hope that it did something for the better. So yeah, that was Toaster Music.
Wow, can people hear these covers? Are they out there?
Yeah, they're out all over the internet. There's the videos. If you don't want to watch the videos, it's on Spotify, and yeah, they're still around.
Yeah, cool. I just wanted to make sure listeners knew that they could check that out, because I think it's pretty awesome.
Thank you.
And so you start this project, Ginger Root, and before anyone had really even heard of Ginger Root, all of a sudden you get asked to open for Khruangbin in Europe.
Yes.
How did Khruangbin find out about Ginger Root?
That is all Dan Asap, our manager's doing. He just sent a bunch of Hail Mary emails with no expectations. We sent an email we sent an email and then we waited like 9 months, and all of a sudden we just got a response that was like, hey, we're doing a week in Europe. Do you want to come hang out? And it was maybe the best thing to happen to us. We, in a good way, suffered a lot. We really got thrown under the bus, the tour bus, for example. But we learned how to be a band on stage. We learned how to play to people that don't care who you are. Like, they're not here for you. And I think that kind of shaped the power and the energy behind our set, because even though I still can't believe people are here just to see us, like when we play Seattle tonight and play the rest of the tour, I just am so grateful that people are actually paying attention. I think a little bit of us still being like, hey, like, listen. I think that definitely came from our time with Khruangbin. We owe them a lot. We learned a lot. And yeah, all thanks to Dan. Thanks, Daniel.
That's very cool. So, Cam, I would like to do something pretty fun with you right now.
Okay.
I'm going to go down this list, this short list of artists, and I'm going to read them one name at a time. And after each artist that I mention, I would like to know what the first thing that comes to your mind is. So I will say the name, and then tell me what that means to you, what their name means to you. And so we'll just go down this list. I'll read them one at a time.
One word, or?
Yeah, just I'll read the name of an artist, and then let me know kind of the first thing that comes comes
Okay.
up in your mind.
Oh, boy.
I'll start easy.
Okay.
I'll start with Yellow Magic Orchestra.
My Origins.
How about Toro y Moi?
Oh man, really my first love of like indie music. Beautiful.
What do you remember the first Toro y Moi that you heard, or
What for?
when you? Yeah.
Yeah, what for the songwriting and just the rawness of that record. The bedroom movement I think was strong during that point. It really gave me a beacon of hope that like, oh, I can try to do this too. So
Awesome.
yeah.
What about Tower of Power?
Tower of Power, so tight. Something I definitely tend to spin during my DJ sets, and definitely something to look forward to as achieving one's deepest musical pockets.
I like that. The Jackson 5, specifically the song Never Can Say Goodbye.
That was the first Toaster Music song I did, and the cops were called because I had a bunch of cables, and so they thought I had a not okay thing on campus. That will always stick with me because that was the first time where I was like, this cover thing, this Toaster Music thing could work, and it's my thing, so very special.
Awesome. And lastly, seeing Japanese Breakfast open for Alex G at the Constellation Room.
Wow, I felt like I was like the only one to see them, which was crazy. And I remember I have yet to meet Michelle. That's like the one Infinity Stone I'm waiting for to meet her. But like she was like, oh, I'm looking for like I'm making a collage for one of my music videos. I'm looking for like picture books. If you bring me one at the Constellation Room, I'll give you a free ticket. And I remember finding an old like history book with a bunch of like aquatic stuff and putting just like, if you ever need an editor. And she got me a free ticket, which I thank for. But I did the standard like college freelance kid thing of being like, hey, I know you have a ton of friends that can edit, but like, hey, here's my shot. And yeah, a special show. And yeah, I only came to see Japanese Breakfast. So thanks,
Yeah.
Michelle.
Very cool. And can you tell me, what is the connection between Ginger Root and the group Wolfpack?
So a lot of people know Wolfpack. The Ginger Root name of the band came from Jack talking about Ginger Root on stage because he was sick for, I think it's like, it's on YouTube, people have found it. It's like a gig in Chicago in the early days of Wolfpack. And he was like, Ginger Root, Instacart, I don't know. I was watching that at 3 a.m. I thought it was the funniest thing ever. When I tried to create a name for the band, the only thing I could think about was Ginger Root and his rant. And fast forward like 6 years later, and he knows about Ginger Root, and we went to lunch, and we were talking about mixing stuff, and I hung out with him for a little bit, and college me was definitely freaking out. So thanks, Jack. I'm glad we finally got to hang out and meet, and hopefully we could do something in the future. Thank you, Wolfpack.
Awesome. Well, it's been fantastic, Cam, watching this evolution of your sound, and now here with Ginger Root, and I feel like the momentum just keeps going and going. I'm hearing Ginger Root everywhere. Here at KEXP, we've been loving it. I'll hear it. I'll get in my car, and all of a sudden the songs are playing. And my own girlfriend the other day was like, "Have you heard that song No Problems by Ginger?" I'm like, "Yes, I have, many times. It's awesome." And so congratulations on everything that's going on right now, and please keep it going because we've been loving it.
Thank you so much. Happy to be here. Thank you.
Absolutely. Once again, you've been listening to Ginger Root live right here on KEXP.
Discover new music at listener-powered KEXP.org.